which of the following are types of human capital? Sandy, redundancy is when an employer don't require that person. There is ample of the things. So redundancy is when you are having the people and you don't need them. Their skills are not no more required in organization. That is redundancy. Okay. Okay. Question is asking you which of the following are types of the human capital. Okay. Let's understand first what is human capital. Human capital means the skills, knowledge, experience, age, competencies which are holded by or which are present within the organization. So the human resources, they have the skills, they have the knowledge, they possess the experience, their skills, their knowledge is called as human capital. There are 4 types of human capital: emotional, spiritual, social, and knowledge. Let's understand this little bit in detail. So the term human capital, it means the capital consists of knowledge, skills, abilities of people employed in an organization. This is also called as daily variables. Now, who has elaborated the human capital or originated the term human capital? It was Sutledge in 1961 who actually gave a elaboration for this term. He said, all human abilities to be either innate or acquired, attributes which are valuable and can be augmented by appropriate investment will be human capital. Those skills, those abilities which I am holding, and this abilities, this knowledge which is useful for organization, which can be used for the organization to earn the profit by investing them, they are the human capital. Now there are different authors who have defined human capital. Like you have Beer et al., you have Bontis E et al. You can just go through it by yourself. Now, characteristic. What are the characteristic? It is human, living thing. It is non-standardized. Why? You cannot have A, B, C, D. Everyone to have non-standardized. Take it. Take it means it cannot be transferred easily. Something, if I'm having the emotional intelligence, it is within me. I cannot transfer it to another. I cannot teach something which is within me easily. So it is take it, dynamic, changing, context dependent. What is context? Context here means environment. My skills, my knowledge also depend upon the environment where I am, context I am. So let's say if I am having an expertise into HR, I would be able to perform my work very nicely. So my knowledge, skills and abilities related to HR is very high. Whereas in different contexts, let's say marketing, though I must have studied it in my school life, but I have not expertise into it. So there my knowledge and the skills abilities would be low, right? And they are embodied in the people. Why? It is within me. You cannot say आज मैं थक गई हूँ, let keep my, मैं अपने कैपिटल को निकाल के बाहर रखती हूँ, नॉलेज स्किल्स को एबिलिटीज को बाहर निकाल के रखती हूँ, कल फिर से ऑफिस जाऊंगी तो फिर से पहन लूंगी. So that is not. It is embodied. It is within the people. Now there are the 4 types of the human capital: intellectual capital, social capital, emotional capital, spiritual capital. Intellectual, you can call it as knowledge capital also. Intellectual means your skills, your cognitive thinking, your learning capacity, your expertise, your specialized knowledge, your knowledge related to your IQ, information. So everything which is intellectual, related to your mind, related to your cognitivity, is called as intellectual capital. Social capital, it is the second and very important element of the human capital. It is something which is related to interpersonal relationship, means how an individual deal with the people around him, internally, externally, within the organization, outside the organization. Now this social capital is affected by number of the organizational factor like structure, quality, flexibility. It is directly related to something which is called as the human network within the department, within the function, within the organization, outside the organization. It is something, how do you understand culture, how do you build the relationship between external factors like customer, supplier, government agencies, and so on. So it's all about building up the relationship. Emotional efficacy. I believe I would be able to do something. I believe I am confident enough. So something which is related to self confidence, ambition, courage, risk taking ability, resilience. This is also sometimes called as emotional quotient. So a spirit which says I can do it, emotionally strong. Being emotionally strong means I have a great self esteem, self confidence, I'm courageous, I have those you can say a zeal, a power, a drive, that thirst to do something which I can get converted into action. This is called as emotional capital. Internal emotional capital is within myself. External emotional capital, which comes from external environment, like I feel proud of my organization. People trust me because they feel I am responsible. I am open to learn something, means I am ready to accept the risk, ready to change myself, right? So now this emotional thing also have a negative part also, like anger, hatred, frustration, confusion, sadness. This needs to be complete controlled. And how it can be controlled? When you have a very positive behavior, right? Then comes your spiritual. This is you can say an extension of emotional. Your intelligent quotient, your intellectual capital, and emotional capital, this together, IQ and emotional, means you're using your mind as well, plus you are able to control your emotions as well. This gives you spiritual, means आप spiritually develop हो गए. There is nothing which can come between you. So this is called as the, this is something where you are keeping your ego aside, you value something, right? You are multi-direction, you understand all direction. The, if there is something given to you, you will understand it's positive as well as negative. It's short term perspective as well as long term perspective. It's it value, it's non value thing. That is your spiritual capital. So these are the four